Last one's in the building here with Linkon Cure. It was a packed house today in Goodland. First off, let's start there. Did you expect the turnout that you ended up having here today?
I expected a little bit of it. I didn't expect that much. You know, people got work. It's tough to get off work and all that. But no, they exceeded my expectations for sure and filled up the filled up the whole arena. So that was pretty cool.
Let's go back to like a year ago, I think at this time, when you went to that K-State camp and you got the offer. And again, that was you worked out at tight end and defensive end, if I'm not mistaken. Did you know going in this is going to be the day that kind of starts it all? Did you expect an offer, and how did that all transpire?
Yeah, I was not expecting at all an offer probably. I went into the camp, with confidence. I kind of told myself, this could be it right here, this camp. I really got to show out here to, make K-State kind of stay in K-State's interest and stuff like that. But no, they invited me back the next day. I thought it was just going to be a visit, but no, they gave me that offer, and that was I always remember that moment.
And when I talked to you, then fast forward to like the winter, this past winter, previous to Colin Klein taking the Texas A&M job, you were about ready to pledge to K-State, and this could have been 6 months earlier, right?
Yeah, no, that was definitely a funny moment. Woke up in the morning and saw the tweet that Coach Klein left, but no, I definitely appreciate it because that opened up a lot more for me. He went to Texas A&M, started recruiting me. I was blessed to go down there, experience all that. A&M made it to my top four. I mean, I really appreciate that moment, and I don't think it'd be as special doing it all the way back then than it is right now.
You brought it up for me, and folks that have read Tom Loy's article on our website know this as well. You were really conflicted, fast forward to now, heading into that K-State visit. You described it as one they really had to hit out of the park, right?
Yeah. Going into that visit, it was probably Oregon above everybody else. Obviously, I just got off that visit, so I was kind of on the Oregon visit high. But no, I really saw a future there. So I knew going into K-State they had to have a really good visit, and they exceeded my expectations for sure.
Was there a moment specifically on the K-State visit, and how early did that moment come when you were like, this is the place?
Yeah, I kind of just had that feeling, just a little small feeling throughout the whole thing. Obviously, it was a really special moment for me, putting back on that K-State jersey because it was almost exactly a year ago where I did it for the first time, my first photo shoot ever, and then got to put on another jersey like that. So we kind of just sat there after all that photo shoot and kind of just took it in. That's kind of when that feeling just started to get going, and obviously had my moment in the stands. That's where it really happened. You
got recruited, obviously, by other players at other teams. Your brother at KU. I know you were tight with a couple of the guys on the Texas A&M commitment list, but what was it about Avery Johnson and Dylan Edwards, and specifically since they hung out with you that night at the K-State visit, that you said, these are the guys I want to be my teammates? Yeah, they are. They're ballers for sure. Love them more as people than players. Obviously, their abilities, they're top notch. They beat out everybody else in all aspects of the game. But just excited to play with them, excited to be around them, and I think we got a really bright future together. I want to give a shout out to and give you the chance to tell K-State fans, we know about the job Chris Kleiman did. We know about the job Taylor Bratt did. Brian LePack and Matt Wells, those two guys, and Connor Riley as well. How influential were they in your decision? Incredibly influential. Coach Riley and Coach Wells, all those guys really. With Coach Riley, he challenged me. Because I'm a guy that's going to be coming in June, and I sat down and asked him. I said, "Is this a legit opportunity to make an impact early?" And he said, I don't know if it is. You show me. So from that kind of moment on, that kind of flipped a switch in my head. Because you always want to be challenged, and especially to be challenged like that means a lot to me. You've mentioned a couple times now this moment sitting in the stands. Chris Kleiman ended up coming up with you. Some tears were shed. Is there any more details you can tell us specifically about? Do you remember anything that was said, or it was an out-of-body kind of experience? Yeah, it was a little bit of an out-of-body experience. I mean, obviously, called my parents, called some other people, called my brother Leighton. But yeah, Coach Kleiman sat up there, and it was honestly just a good conversation. He kind of talked about the impact that I could have on Manhattan, and just not on Manhattan but the state. So it was a really special moment.